Let's go through the test your understanding. Determine the perimeter and area of this triangle. We've been given this information that AB equals BD. You can see that it's on the diagram, it's already been labeled. But just to make sure you are not looking at BC equal to AB, that will give you 10 meters. So this is 10 meters. If that whole line is 10 and the small bit is 3, then this section here is 7 meters. They also said that CD is 3, which we've had a look at. To find the perimeter, I need to find this length here because I've got the other two, but I cannot use the small triangle here because I don't have that side and I don't have that side either. Right, so we're going to look at the bigger of the two triangles and we are going to determine the perpendicular height. And I'm going to use Pythag, which says hypotenuse squared equals side 1 squared plus side 2 squared. And hypotenuse, remember the right angle always points to the hypotenuse. So I'm going to have 10 squared equals side 1. I'm going to say 7 squared plus, and I'm just going to call this line x, or the perpendicular height is going to be x. So x squared. 100, 10 squared is 100, 7 squared is 49, plus x squared. Subtract 49 from both sides. 100 minus 49 equals x squared. 100 minus 49 will give you 51 equals x squared. Remember, to get rid of the square, you have to square root. If I do it to the right, I must do it to the left. So 51 square rooted will give you 7,14, and these are meters, equals x. So this here is going to be 7,14 meters. That's only halfway to getting the length of AD. So I'm also going to do Pythag. I could write it. So remember, there's a 90 degree here, which makes that the hypotenuse as well. So this time I'm going to write hypotenuse squared, AD squared, equals 3 squared plus what I've just calculated, 7,14, and I'm going to square it. So AD squared equals 9 plus 50,89. If I go and square that, because remember we rounded off, if you went back to 51, it would also be correct because the 51 was there. Right, so AD squared equals 59,89. To get rid of my square, I have to square root, and if I do it to the left, I must do it to the right. AD will equal 7,74. What are they? Meters, and remember it's a line, so it's one-dimensional, meters to the power of 1. I can now find my perimeter. Perimeter equals, I've got my 10 meters, I've got my 10 meters, and I've got my 7,74. So I'm going to say 10 plus 10 plus 7,4, and if I add them together, I'm going to get 27,4 meters. Remember to put in your units. Right, I'm going to erase that because it looks a bit busy, and now I'm going to calculate the area of that triangle. So area, always write down your formula, half base times perpendicular height, which is going to be a half. My base is this entire length, so remember the right angle grabs the two sides to add together. So it's going to be a half multiplied by 10 multiplied by my perpendicular height, remember, was 7,14, multiplied by 7,14. And if I multiply that, use the calculator, that will give me 35,7. What are they? They are meters. And remember, area is two-dimensional, So that is why I put a squared. The second question in Test Your Understanding was this triangle with the following information. The area is 1,350 centimeters squared. The perpendicular height is 30 centimeters. So let's fill in our perpendicular height, which is this here. And remember, right angle, be right angle on both sides. And the perpendicular height is 30 centimeters. So this line is 30 centimeters. Now remember, area over here has a value, but it also has a formula. Okay, and the area of a triangle is half base times perpendicular height. Right, the right angle grabs the two sides that you have to multiply together. So I would have to multiply this side by this side and divide it by 2. I do not have the base, so I'm going to call it x. Area they gave to us was 1,350 equals half times base times, now my perpendicular height is 30. So I can simplify on the right. I can say 1,350 equals, well, a half times 30 will give you 15 times b. And if you remember from algebra, 1,350 equals 15b. Divide by the coefficient of the variable. So I divide by 15. I divide that side by 15. These two cancel, and so my base will equal 90 centimeters. And it's centimeters because we are finding the length of a line and not the area. Again, exercise 4.3, chapter 4, for more work on this.